Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this video and it's titled Post Calls Out Candace Owens Gets Schooled Instantly. You guys, I'm excited for this. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
In this classic interview with Crystal Ball and Buck Sexton, Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk sat down to discuss a conservative event for young African Americans they were soon to host. However, the conversation quickly burst into an argument when Ball crossed a racial line, like all liberals do. Hello and welcome back to Resist the Mainstream. I'm Steve Inman, reporting the news that the mainstream won't. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course hit that notification bell for more classic content like we're about to witness. Well, this was a while back, but it is a turning point for Candace Owens, in fact, and Charlie Kirk, obviously with Turning Point, promoting their event in Washington, D.C. to bolster and promote young black conservatives. When rising host Crystal Ball began to ask increasingly baiting questions, the conversation started out very cordial, but quickly began to evolve into a political trap as Ball continued to push towards a debate about African American conservatism.
Can I just first ask, what is this event and what are we going to be seeing the next couple of days here in D.C.?
You know, we had received so much interest over a period of time in this sort of youth black conservative movement, and it felt like we really wanted to harness the power and the opportunity and invite everyone to DC, first and foremost, to bring them to conservative ideas. A major hurdle that the black community faces is not having the resources to get to different ideas and sort of being locked inside of a bubble, and having them listen to speakers that they perhaps haven't heard before. Dr. Ben Carson, Larry Elder, people who are routinely mocked in our community. So this is the first ever opportunity to do that in DC, and we're really excited that it's happening this weekend. In the past, the conversation was almost so intellectual that it was hard for people to digest and process and to understand. And because the left had won the culture war, it was easy for them to mock them, you know, to see a skit where perhaps Dr. Ben Carson or Dr. Condoleezza Rice are being mocked. And I think I'm a little more of a fighter, definitely in terms of starting my channel on YouTube and wanting it to be colloquial and wanting it to feel familiar, like you were talking to your brother and sister, and sort of taking back some of the turf that was lost on the culture war by making fun of people on the left in the same way that they make fun of us. I think that sort of helped bridge the gap and make people more interested in having the discussion.
Does it bother you that there's no prominent African Americans in the White House?
We have to stop believing in this illusion that because somebody is black, they represent my interests. Mm-hmm. We learned that lesson via Barack Obama. I mean, he was in the White House for 8 years and didn't do much for the black community. So I'm not interested in the color of people's skin. So I'm interested in what they do and what they accomplish.
I'm really interested in your perspective here.
Yeah.
So to you, having, like, you don't look at, you know, it is an administration that has more white men than past administrations have had.
Yeah,
but that doesn't bother you. You don't think that diversity is important?
No, not at all. I think that we have to stop believing that diversity is the color of people's skin, because if you have, like, the Black Caucus, for example, which didn't stand up and applaud when Trump announced that we had the lowest ever unemployment in the black community, that's concerning to me. So a big part of the conversation that we open is in making people understand that that's an illusion that the left has sold, that somehow because somebody matches my skin color, because somebody matches my gender, they have my best interests at heart.
While Buck remained respectful and on topic in his questioning, Ball continued to rile Owens as the conversation turned towards racial diversity and representation in the White House. Ball directed her questions directly at Owens, expecting an outrageous response. But Owens was smart and remained frustrated but calm as she began to reveal the host's true intentions. She's obviously a racist.
In a tweet, you originally said you thought there was zero chance conservatives sent bombs. I think you took that tweet down.
Yeah.
But you later added, it isn't conservatives that are chasing people down in offices and restaurants. It isn't conservatives that have weaponized sexual assault as a means to political gain. I stand by my opinion that when it comes to political violence, the left is the likely culprit.
That's correct. So we've seen that.
You think that it was the left or Democrats who sent these pipe bombs?
I think we're all entitled to have an opinion. We don't have any facts surrounding this, and Twitter is a venue where you're allowed to express your opinions and beliefs. And
but just to be clear, so that's not based on any facts. That's just your
Of course, it couldn't possibly be based on facts. We don't have any evidence other than the fact that they're investigating it. But
I'll come to Candace's.
I do want to finish this by just saying that It is my belief, when you take a look at the conversation, the things that have gone on, and the increasing violence that's gone on, it has purely been a leftist tactic to stall things, delay the administration, and to fearmonger. So, as a matter of opinion, I do believe that when we get to the resolution, the bottom of this, and we do have facts, we're going to say that this is orchestrated by the left, but by no means is that opinion rooted in any proof, because we don't have anything yet to go off of.
I could certainly point to Charlottesville. I could point to other acts that happen. I could point to Dylan Roof. I mean, there's certainly acts of violence that have come from
not a conservative.
But do you see how far back you have to go to do that?
Charlottesville?
Yeah, that's literally starting at the beginning of his administration. Look at all of the things that have gone on.
I don't want to have this debate, because ugliness can come from both sides.
No, I'm just saying that you brought it up.
I do want to ask you, though.
I'm just answering the question.
I mean, you've got a big platform.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? This post is obviously poking Candace Owens with some very, very annoying questions. And I love how calm Candace Owens is answering the questions, because I can see that she is getting frustrated and getting riled up, but she is also trying to control her emotions. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
I do.
Right? And you have a powerful voice.
Thank you.
And kudos to you for creating that.
Thank you.
How do you view the responsibility that comes with that?
I view the responsibility of just being a person that maintains my ability to have an opinion, that I express an opinion, and no means that I say that I have just found the facts and this is related.
Yeah.
And I always reserve the right.
You said there's 0% chance.
Yeah. I said I'm going to go out and say that there is a 0% chance that this was sent by conservatives. I find all the things that are going on, the caravan of illegals, the packages that are being sent, Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation.
And just to clarify, you think the caravan too was organized by Democrats?
I find it to be incredibly suspicious timing to know that they are meant to get to the border on the day of the election. Again, this is not rooted in fact, but you do have to understand I am very much entitled to my opinion, and Twitter is my platform.
Candace, I have one more.
Just one more here. Because I wanted to get to know you before you came on. And I'm really interested in your perspective, because I think you're a fascinating person.
Thank you.
Once Ball began to bring up some of Owens' controversial tweets, the talk show turned into an all-out shouting fit. Kirk and Buck attempted to stop the argument before it escalated further, but Ball insisted on asking more baiting questions that she seemed to have a personal grievance with. White guilt. Is that what we're calling this? As the tension brewed further, Buck could be heard trying to reason with his co-host and clarify Owens' point, but it was to no avail. Ball tried to remain poised, however, when Owens' she responded, she couldn't even help but interrupt and defend herself, knowing she was in the wrong. Instead of backing off, Ball doubled down as the two engaged in a heated conflict till the network had to cut the interview, as seen here.
There was another tweet that said, the Democratic Party is comprised of racist white liberals.
That is correct.
Am I a racist white liberal?
Well, let's go back and let's say, I will say this, that many people in the party are not aware of their own racism. Let's go back to an early part of this conversation where you said to me, are you concerned about the color in the White House? Why would you ask me that question?
Because you speak about black issues.
No, but why would you ask me? But let's get to really the nucleus of this. Why did you ask me that question today?
Because I'm
why did you feel that I needed to be concerned about that?
Because you're bringing a whole group of young African-American leaders to the White House.
Okay, so this is something that I talk about often, is that in many ways, what liberals don't realize that you put on that, the racism and the conversations that we have.
So you're saying I'm a racist?
You haven't let me finish my statement. You keep cutting me off.
Go ahead.
Okay? The emphasis that you place is always on having a discussion about race. Okay? You guys are insistent on having a conversation about race and telling us that we should see, and implying that we should see race everywhere, and I don't agree with that. If you don't look at me according to the color of my skin, you would simply ask me how I thought that Trump was doing as a president. But instead, you try to drum up a conversation that's surrounded by race by asking me, are there enough black people in the White House?
You're bringing a whole group of young black leaders to the White House.
Color,
so clearly
I don't.
That's something that's important to you.
But why are you talking about?
Then why make it that you're going to bring young black leaders to the White House? I mean, this is sort of absurd.
Because the media,
this is absurd. You're bringing this group to the White House.
It's not absurd. I'm making perfect sense. You're just not following the logic. I just want to be clear.
Yeah. I just want to be clear.
I'm trying to be extremely clear with you.
I know.
Bringing the black conservatives to the White House.
But you view me as a racist white
I think
liberal.
That you're not. First off, you put those words in my mouth, and you keep saying it. So I'm not. I said that the Democrat Party is comprised of racist white liberals. Is every person in the party racist? No, but you're not aware of the fact that you put these racist tones out into the media. This is why we have to bring the black conservatives to the president, because you create a narrative when you're on TV like you did today.
Are you comfortable with? I'm going to have you on radio later, because I have questions for you as well. But we actually have to get out of the segment now.
Do you think that language language is helpful, though. I mean, just in terms of the national conversation.
Well, I could ask you, do you think it's helpful to ask me, just because I'm a black woman, if I'm comfortable with the amount of color that's on the administration? Do you think that that's helpful?
I think it's helpful and interesting to know your perspective.
It's not. It's you just trying to create an undertone that Donald Trump is racist, and it's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
That, to me, is the reason why.
Listen, no.
I just want to say,
you're looking at me on the basis of my skin color, making a bunch of, and making a bunch of deductions.
I
did not. You said that, and we can run the tape back. You said that.
Here's what I want to say.
You quoted a tweet, and then you made it about you.
I appreciate.
You were not added, but you were not added in that tweet. So do not say that I called you that, because that's dishonest. And we are on, TV. So you can run. Okay, so I did not call you a racist. You're using the typical leftist tactic of trying to make yourself a victim, which is not what I would accept.
No, but we're actually well beyond time.
Well, she's making herself a victim and pretending that I came here and called her a racist. So this is a typical leftist tactic.
You know, it's an unfortunate situation we're all too familiar with when a host or interviewer knows they have crossed a line and they're presented with two decisions: retract or double down. And in this case, Ball mistakenly chose the latter and paid for it on live television. Instead of questioning herself as a curious questioner, she unveiled a political agenda lined with personal issues and repressed guilt. White guilt is what they call it. Liberal white guilt. I know I don't have white guilt, and I know you don't. Ball treated Owens like a child until the very end and refused to correct herself or apologize as she framed questions based around African Americans and racial issues directly at Owens. To her disappointment, she portrayed herself as a privileged white liberal, which ironically placed her perfectly into the context of Owens' tweet. Bravo. Once again, this is Resist the Mainstream. Let us know your thoughts below.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one, and I applaud Candace Owens so much for not losing her cool on time, because the kind of questions the host was throwing at her can make anyone lose their cool. And the fact that she openly accused Candace Owens of calling her racist is very, very appalling, because every question she threw at Candace Owens pointed to the fact that she's truly a racist. And I really love the fact that Candace Owens called her out on live TV, and I enjoyed every minute of this video. If you guys enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.